last 5 days is believe in yourself. I've never been able to say that to myself before. The confidence still comes. It does come. Just embrace the journey. It's a roller coaster ride, but it's well worth it.
Yoga has been my rock, so coming into teacher training was about wellness with my own health issues. I really wanted to expand on that. I've gained so much more body, mind, and spirit, and I just want to take that to whoever I can.
I think the biggest one for me was to believe in myself, to not worry about, the self-doubt that always takes over, or, the perceived judgments that you think others are thinking of you, just to let go of all that and just be vulnerable to who you are, just to express yourself in that moment. And I think coming to yoga has just made me so much stronger, so much more confident, beyond words couldn't say. And through that experience, I was able to, I've heard the saying, everything changes, everything changes. But when you experience that within yourself, from the deepest, of fear to the lightness of love, is just incredible. Yeah.
Okay, so I have learnt that the biggest thing for me, and I knew it, but you just don't realise until someone goes and just tells you, that emotions come and go, like throughout your whole life, and that the yogis that would sit and watch nature as it came and went, and that our bodies were the same. And so I think you mean by that is physical, emotional and spiritual. So it all changes and it all flows, and you can be neutral with that. You can just let it go and not react. That's been a big realization for me. I knew it, but I didn't know it. And I'm hoping that I'm able to continue that and heal inside myself.
For me, the biggest thing today, the penny dropped. It's only yoga. And to just give myself a break, not panic, not stress, and just go with what's going through my mind and just let it flow, working with the people. I really, really enjoy working with people and bringing that joy to everybody else. And I really want to continue expanding my knowledge so I can continue sharing what I learned with others. So thank you.
Go.
What I've learnt over the last 5 days is that less is more, that this is my journey. It's okay to be where I'm at, I will get there, and that the postures that we do is just such a tiny snippet of yoga, because so much goes off the mat, and I've learned that and I'm discovering that, and I can't wait to take that to other people.
So the thing that, rather than learn, I feel like I'm living. So I knew that the breath can always, bring you back into your body. But I really felt like there was a point where the penny dropped, and it was to get me through that practice where I didn't want to do it and I was quite emotional, and the breath got me through that practice, and it made me realise that the breath was also going to get me through everything else that's going on in my life. So that was really empowering, because I really feel like I'm living it now. It's not just that I've learnt it, it's in me. My intention when I first started was lightness. I felt really heavy, and I feel like one of the things that have really helped me on that journey is that idea that as soon as you're focused on achieving a certain pose, the suffering starts. It's that expectation, and it's that expectation that I put on myself in my life as well. When you set those expectations for yourself, and you become heavy. But just taking that away has made a huge difference, and I feel like I'm on that journey now, and so I'd like to keep working on that, to work towards light and happiness and joy.
Alright. The biggest thing has been about... Sorry.
sorry, the camera. Having compassion for myself and meeting my body where it's at any given moment, rather than comparing, which I have previously been quite good at. And just meeting my body, accepting where it's at, and being compassionate with it as I go through my practice, so that I can slowly build strength rather than go through a bit of a push and pull type scenario. So in terms of my commitment moving forward, my intention coming into the training was wellness. So my commitment moving forward is to continue listening to my body and meeting it where it's at, and gradually developing my yoga practice with patience.
Okay, so over the last 5 days I've really learned a lot of things, but I think for me the two things that really stand out, one of them was probably today when I was doing my teaching, and I was really struggling to remember things, and I was really stuck in my mind. So for me, it wasn't until I stepped back and took a few deep breaths and then went, okay, let's look at what's going on right in front of me, and I became more present, that I was able to just relax and go with the flow, and that really helped me. So it really made me realise that being present rather than being in the mind is really what's going to get me through. So that was today's. But overall, probably another big thing was for me, because my intention coming in was to learn to be less reactive. I find that I'm quick to get stressed and tense because life is so busy and demanding, and being a single parent can really bring that stress out. So I really wanted to learn strategies to be less reactive, and I found that through using my breath and staying present, that I was really able to feel more joy in the moment, like when I went home and applied it with my children, and just taking that moment to be present with them and give them that hug and listen to them and look them in the eyes when they're talking, rather than sort of rushing through those stressful routines. That really was a life changer for me, and it brought me so much joy. So that's been a huge lesson for me.
From here on in.
What I've learned over the last 5 days is to just enjoy myself and trust in myself, I guess, a bit. And what I commit to is having confidence and believing that I can do this.
The thing that I think I've taken most from the course is that it's alright to strip it back and get the fundamentals right, and that it's more important to enjoy the yoga and feel it rather than the poses and all of that stuff. And my intentions my intention coming into it was knowledge and to want to learn, and it's still that. Like, I've just learnt so much, and I'm just going to keep carrying that through and to absorb as much as I can.
The biggest thing is how much effort you guys put in for the last 5 days, and the fact that you then talk about taking it home to share with your kids and implementing it off the mat is beyond words inspiring to me, because I think that's what makes great teachers, is to walk the talk off the mat. And that just shows a lot of heart, and I'm totally with you 200% of the way, and I'm so excited that you want to share yoga. Yeah, excited beyond words.
Gurudev, Gurudev,